Hello everyone and welcome to Virtual Farmer Ken Bob. Today is going to be my first full series, I guess you could call it a debut, for Farming Simulator 22. I have been playing around with it, but I've never really done a video on it. So today we're going to get started. And the map that I was thinking about doing is the new Bartelshagen 2022. I want to play this map because really there's, from what I can tell, there's not a whole lot of videos on it. Elms Creek, Hot Baileron, and Erlengrat, I believe. Those are the three base maps, and they have had quite a bit of play. Been watching a lot of videos. But anyhow, I just thought I'd do something, hopefully that's going to be different, and maybe it would be more interesting, seeing as I'm kind of one of the small guys in the game whenever it comes to doing YouTube. I thought I would go ahead and just kind of do my startup here like I would normally do it, but on camera. Mainly just so you can kind of see how I set it up and how I go through the things that I do to get started. We'll go into our menu and we'll make sure all of our settings are proper, because I'm not sure how other people play it, but there's a couple things that I like to set that may not be the same for everyone else. So I thought I'd show you how I do it. One of the first things is, it looks like all this is good. I think that's the same across the game. So I turn my autosave off, mainly because every time I go into the menu, I don't want it to sit there and resave and all that. I do a lot of saves. I just don't like to do them on camera, and whenever I'm switching, I don't want to have to worry about that. So I'm going to put it on normal economy. The season's growth I do, and then I do 2 days, which I know that's probably pretty normal. But I turn off crop destruction. You just cannot rely on AI. I do like to do periodic plowing, fieldstone, lime, and weeds. Dirt is normal. Where did it go? Everything kind of moved on me too quick. I leave the stop and go braking on because I like to use the the cruise control whenever I have the GPS turned on. So I like to just be able to switch the gear instead of having to continuously change gears, put the brake on, accelerate, and so forth. I do leave the trailer fuel limit off so that I can go ahead and utilize the entire trailer. I'm not going for a particularly realistic play. I mean, I want it to be fun and interesting, but it doesn't have to necessarily be realistic. So AI, I do not let them buy. I don't know what the price is that they buy at, and I usually like to make sure I buy at a certain price. To me, maybe I'm wrong, but to me the costs in this game are just crazy compared to what they were on the FS19. So I go to about a quarter. That way, it's just, to me, I realize it. You gotta have maintenance and so forth, but to me, it just seems like $6,000 to plow a field, and then you have to bring your tractor in and do $6,000 worth of work is just a little bit excessive. May not be the case every time you do it, but I mean, I know you do have major repairs at times, but it's just excessive to me. Okay, start engine on throttle. No, I do not do that. I do not do quick start. I do not like warnings. They still show even though I say no. But auto engine start, I usually set all that like that. So, and then of course we have the field calculator here and the lease farmland. This is something that just came out today. And so I'm going to go ahead and give it a try. I used to do this on the FS19. But anyhow, that's basically setting it up here. As far as the map itself goes, since we're doing the new farmer mode, we've already got our house. And we've already got our land. Go back up here. And as you can see, we own this center area. And this field up here, number 12. But you can see we kind of own a little bit of other land as well. Some of this is just grassy fields, which is fine. We need that. My goal on this series, what I'd like to do is basically own the whole map. I believe the other day I did some calculating, and in order to buy every single field, and this is just the land, no productions, no animals, nothing like that. But I believe it was just under $7.5 million. So we're going to have to make some money because we still got equipment to buy, tractors. I mean, I don't know that we'll go and buy the biggest and best of everything. Now, why did that start on its own? I'd have that turned off. Let's go check that out. It should not have started. So, engine auto starter is off. Automatic engine start. Oh, it is on. I don't know how I missed that. Alright, so let's go back in here. Now, obviously, we'll have to jump out and see it stayed on. So, we'll turn it off. And there, we know it's off. So, doesn't really matter. I just don't care to do that. I like to be able to start and stop the engine when I want to. Because not always am I wanting to drive it. I'm just kind of driving or running through it. But now we are going to drive it. So let's go ahead and we're going to take this pickup truck. And I'm going to try my best to remember how to get there. But let's drive over to where our other equipment is. Because I want to go ahead and get started on this right away. We've got a contract already. I believe it's Field 7. I say we have a contract already. I haven't accepted it. I'm going to do that on camera, but whenever I was kind of going through it before I started videotaping, I think I saw a contract for Field 7 on there. So we'll turn up here because this is where we're going to find our other equipment. Some of our stuff is sitting over here to the left by the silo. I think that's a lime silo. Oh, wait a minute. Where is all of our equipment? Well, this is odd. It's changed since the last time I played. You know what? I think they had an update on the map, and that must have affected where they parked everything. Because there's a couple things right there. I wonder if we're going to find anything in these sheds. Okay, nothing in here, but this will give us a chance to walk through the sheds and you can kind of see them. But there's nothing over here. Oh, there's our trailer. So we've got our trailer and a shelf over here. I don't know if that's a usable shelf. Oh man, this door's not quite shut all the way. But here's our plow. So that's good. And I believe our cultivator is right here. And we're going to have to find our combine somewhere. Oh, wrong side. Okay, there's our combine. And let's see, where's the header? It's on the trailer behind it. Cool. I like this. They are utilizing these sheds. And some of these are fill points. I'm not sure if they... That says air. I don't know if they're all the same or not, but I think you have to find some of your stuff up over here in this shed. And there's our cultivator. Wait a minute. Do we have 2 cultivators? Oops, wrong button. Okay, so in this... Oh, we've got 2 tractors this time. Wow. Because before you just had the one. I think it was the 7810, I believe. But now it's got 2. So we got another tractor sitting somewhere. The T560 with a 10,000 liter capacity. But the good thing is they kept it John Deere, because that's something I was going to do on this series. I was going to go ahead and just do John Deere. And just kind of stick with that as far as the vehicles go. Tractor, oop, nope, I don't want to sell that. I just don't know why I double clicked it. But there's a trailer, and then we do have a header. We still need a corn header. Plow, which we're going to have to replace all these things over time, because I don't want to plow that small. Okay, it's a disc harrow, which is basically a cultivator. But it's for shallow cultivation, which means it won't pick up rocks. And this one is... This is going to be the heavier cultivator. So we'll have to clean up after that if we want to get the rocks out of our fields. Then our planter, which looks about the normal for the base game. And a header trailer and 2 weights. Yep, looks like we got 2. So now we just got to go find all this equipment and get started on our harvesting, because we really need to get this moving along here. But I'm not sure. Okay, here is what looks like the fuel. Petrol tank. So we'll have to fill that with fuel. And of course here's the water. So I thought I saw lime, and oh, lime is over at the other area. But there was one of these sheds. I think you could buy like fertilizer in the shed. Okay, there we go. It's all over here. So it looks like it's together, both the solid fertilizer and the liquid fertilizer. So they combined those, it looks like, because I think it used to be 2 different points. But I'm still not finding our second tractor. And I just went through here. Why am I going in there again? So if all else fails, we can't find our tractor by walking around, we do it this way. Because here's the first tractor, which we'll want this one. Guess I better go move the pickup. Put it over there where all the other cars are parked. Don't want to waste all our blinker juice, so I'll turn that off. And it'll probably send us back to the pickup truck doing this, but that's okay. Nope, it didn't. We'll pull this out and get it kind of fired up, ready to start moving. So once we find our first contract, we're going to head that way right away. But I'd kind of like to see where all of our equipment is, and we're still missing a tractor. Alright, so maybe the... Oh, there it is. Well, where is this? Is this in a field, a barn I didn't check? I thought I came over here. Oh, okay. I think before this was a solid building, long building, but maybe I'm wrong. But at any rate, that's okay. So this is going to be our 4755, so I'm going to hold off on that. I'm going to grab this tractor. I want to keep that 4755. Oh, I already had it started and I shut it off. Well, let's just go look. I keep talking about it, but let's go check out the contracts. Okay, so, oh, it did change too. The canola in field 2. Wow, that's going to be a good job. Because before it used to be down here on field 7. You used to get the wheat out of field 7, which is great because I took advantage of that and got the straw off of it. But since we're doing canola, we're not going to get any straw. But let's go accept that contract. And we'll head up there and get started right away. Because we've already got all the equipment that we need. We will have to buy a sprayer because those 2 jobs, I believe spraying jobs was the only other job in the first part also. When this map first came out is what I'm trying to say. But see right there, we could have, if we would have had that straw, we could have done another contract supplying that. But let's see what our field is. What do we have? I don't think we have anything, do we? Nope, just cultivated, so we'll have to work it and get it ready for the next planting. And it's currently August, so we need to plant. Oh, where's the cow? There it is. We need to get ready for planting. We don't want canola, because I want something I can get straw out of. So it's either going to be wheat or barley. And where's our prices? Wheat is going for 48, barley for 46. So either one's going to get us about the same. Because the fluctuations are exactly the same. So we'll go with wheat. Whenever we start working that field, we'll start on wheat. So let's get over here and pick up our trailer. I don't remember if I left this door open or not. I did. I'm not going to worry about organizing our yard right now. There are some things I want to get moved. But right now our job is to start making money. So that's what we're going to focus on for this series, or this particular video, is getting over and getting field 2 started. Oh, I lost it. Oh, it wasn't selected on the tractor, so it's not going to give me the key. Yeah, I'm going to have to drop it. For some reason, it's not letting me. I do not know what it is about Farming Simulator 22, but it is awful buggy with my steering wheel and my side control panel. The buttons don't always work. Sometimes you gotta mess around with it a little bit to get it to register correctly. But what I'll do is we'll go ahead and get this tractor sent off on its own with the AI and see how well it works. It seems to me like the first time I did this, started on field 7, it didn't care to go to the field properly. Oh man, we don't even have to do that. We'll just leave it parked right over here. I wasn't paying attention whenever I looked at it. For some reason in my mind I was thinking we were going up there where our field is. And we're not. We're just right here. So Let me kill the engine on this. Run over here, make sure I'm not going to get killed. Cars in this game drive so fast. I understand they were trying to make everybody happy. People were complaining that cars were just too slow on 19. But I think they went the opposite way here. And I'm going to go ahead and take this header cart with us just in case we end up with another contract before this one's totally done. And then we can just load it on the header cart and go. Oh. Try to not hit the field here. I think I'm going to back over it a little bit. But we got crop destruction turned off, so maybe a little cheaty to some. Oh, I think our spout was getting hung up. Alright, so we'll change and then we'll unfold our harvester. I do try everything I can to keep from destroying the crops. Even if it's not got crop destruction on in my mind, you know, I still try not to run over anything. But I don't think we have straw, so it says disable, enable. I'll go ahead and leave it enabled and we'll see what it does. Go ahead and kind of open up this corner here so that we can get to work. Yeah, I didn't think it would throw straw swaths down. I do have the mod that automatically turns the discharge of the harvester. It turns the discharge into fertilization. I think it's stubble mode, or I'm not sure what it's called. This isn't our field, so it probably won't work. And it does look like I forgot to put GPS on my vehicles, so we'll have to work that out as we go. It's a little expensive to do it on 3 vehicles right off the bat when we only have 100 grand. But my goodness, I hit the far side right off the bat. Wow, big field. I think it's the second biggest field in the, I think 3 or 6. Probably going to be 6 is the biggest, so it's going to be either the second or third biggest field. Well, and then there's 5. I don't want to look at it right now. We could look at it and see. But I need to keep it on here so I'm not driving all over the place. But we probably won't get done with this field in this recording, which is probably best. I mean, I don't know if I'll finish this field off camera or record it and come back to it. I kind of want to keep the series moving along. I don't want to spend all of our time on one thing. But at the same time, I kind of like to have some continuity to it and not just bounce around on jobs. So if you have an opinion on that and you want to share it, go into the comments and leave me a message. Let me know, do we want to do everything on camera or just keep the series moving, and wherever I'm at, if I do something off camera, wherever I'm at, come back to it and we'll pick up where I left off. So if there's enough people that see this and have a comment and want to say, I'll try my best and do what I can to adhere to those comments. Something I do want to do is, it looks like this is a little bit taller than what the canola is. I have to remember which control of mine controls it. I don't typically play with the... There it is. So yeah, I'm going to put that down about there. I don't want it all the way down. I don't know. Yeah, I moved it out. There we go. Now, to me, that looks right. I hope it is. I hope if there's any real farmers out there, they ain't screaming me out of the room because I just screwed up. But to me, that just looks right. Like it should be throwing it back into the belt. I think this is a belt. Nope, it's auger. It's an auger. Okay. So let's throw it back into the auger. I just noticed this field has at least 3 entrances to it. That's pretty cool. We passed one on our way over here, and we came in on a different one. And here's another entrance. I'll have to remember that. I won't, but I should. But I won't. I'm gonna go ahead and once I get up here, I don't like that bush there, so I'm gonna probably, yep, and we're gonna hit it. Oh, well, did we just drive through it? Yeah, I don't like that tree and I don't like that bush sitting there, so I think what I'll do is just come back. I've heard, oh, you don't want to hit that. I don't know if I did. I did. So let's see where we're at on the header. Good. Let's just go ahead and take care of this little section down here right now, so we don't have this to deal with. I've heard other YouTube farmers, the real life farmers, make comments about you don't back up in a combine. I haven't seen one yet how they handle this stuff, but usually whenever the YouTube farmers are farming, they only show the straight, whoops, we didn't drop our header. I thought I hit the button. See right there, if I had crop destruction on, that's the kind of stuff that, it's a gameplay thing. Because there's lots of things that happens on the game that in real life wouldn't have happened. You know, I would have hit the button in real life and hopefully it would have worked. I guess in a way it could have happened. But anyhow, you hear them talk about not backing up and all that, but then they go and they show their work and all that, but I haven't seen that many show the end rows when they turn on the end rows. You know, it's, if they do turn on the end rows, they're generally doing a camera shot of a face shot, so you get to hear them talking about it, but not a lot of visual of it. So I'm kind of curious about how a farmer does deal with the actual combining of a field in the areas like the end rows and corners, where they have to make their turns. And of course, opening up a field, they don't really ever show the opening, and if they do, I just missed it. But that's the kind of stuff I kind of like to see. I want to see that in reality. But I've often wondered if a real farmer had a field like the field I'm doing, how would they have planted this field? Am I even doing it right? You know, how would they have combined it? The plow, you got to drop the plow at a certain time in the game in order for it not to miss the edge of the field. So where would a farmer in real life drop his plow, and how does he handle the edges of the field whenever it comes time to plow it? You know, just different aspects that I'd like to know. I don't have that real life experience. I haven't even seen a farm in work. In real life, that is. I want to get up here and fertilize this spot if it, just in case it will accept it, being as it's not my field. But I don't want to drive over the crop to do it. But that's the kind of things that I understand, you know, in the game. We do it because it's gameplay. And basically that's the only way I know to. So I'd like to have that real life experience and opportunity to go and see how it's done. You know, opening up a field, planting a tight corner, plowing a field from the edges. Just the stuff that we take for granted that it gets done, but you know, whenever it comes to a gameplay situation, does the game actually mimic real life? 'Cause, I mean, it is after all a simulator. And if you drop your plow on grass in the game, it won't plow the grass. But if you do it in real life, it don't have that line defined for what's a field and what's just grass. So that's why I'm interested in how it's done in real life. Alright, we're good on the combine capacity. But what I'll probably do is I'll go ahead and get done. Oh, well, there I went. I hate doing that, leaving a little bit behind. Is it worth it to go back after it? I don't know. But it gives me peace of mind. Oh, I guess I didn't miss something. What is that? Oh, what's that? Once again, didn't drop the header. So that is something, it's just I didn't drop the header. I hit the button. But that's what I'm talking about. This Farming Simulator 22 doesn't always register. Okay, it did pick it up. Good. It doesn't always register the buttons that I hit. Now I would imagine, being as we're this close and in this proximity, that we would just turn the corners. Skip the part and then just come over here like I just did. So I imagine in real life, you know, I've seen them cut cornfields, especially when they're chopping, where they'll come down a row, open up that row. Once they get that open, they'll come back down and open up another row, so they've got two wide. And then from then on, they go from one field to the other field. I guess you could call it that because it's separated now. And I've kind of seen how they do that, you know, where they don't have to keep turning on the corners at the end of the field. I didn't want to do that, but I'm not going to sweat it. So anyhow, there we go. We've got this little section down here opened up, and we don't have to come down here anymore. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and call that good for this time. And when we come back, we'll finish opening up this field all the way around, and we'll start doing the land work here. But for now, I appreciate you joining me. If you would, just go down below and give me a like and a comment. You know, if you want to comment on how we should run the series, or if you have any other comments you want to make. Maybe you are a real life farmer and have some information you can share with me. But at any rate, I appreciate you joining me, and until next time, this is Virtual Farmer Ken Bob. Have a great day and stay safe out there.